Hi there, I am Yuqing. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about small talk. Small talk is really a headache to those of us who ever join workplace. It requires us to improvise a conversation with whoever we might bump into and leave good impression, even build connection just within a couple of minutes. After my first couple of days at L'Oréal, I am aware that this is an essential skill that can open up my opportunities and optimize my potential, especially when working at such a huge corporate. So based on my experience, my observation and my research, today I'm going to share with you 3 super simple strategies that we can use on a daily basis to truly level up our skills at small talk, make it fun, interesting, effortless, natural, and meaningful. But first of all, what is a small talk at first place? It is a pathway for us to learn something new about our coworker, to find a meaningful conversation, to discover a potential for friendship, and of course have fun in a conversation. It can help to build those weak ties at social network, which can be so beneficial to our professional and even personal lives. By bringing us the value of information, by enhancing our mentality at workplace, by opening up to more opportunities, by smoothing the collaboration at work. But before jumping into it, we need to bear the principle in mind, which is people, they are not things to be molded. Instead, they should be life to be unfolded. The first strategy, don't hesitate to give your affirmation and compliment. Believe me, they are always appreciated, they are always impressive, and you will never go wrong with them. So for instance, I remember one morning I went to the office, my coworker, she complimented me on my new handbag. And at that moment, even though I already know these techniques, I just couldn't wait to share my story on how I got this bag and what I really love about it. Also, to be honest, after 2 months at L'Oréal, most of the small talk, I cannot remember them quite well. However, one conversation is really impressive to me, which is one day a French colleague, she walked to me and said, "You know, your clothes are so chic today." That really made my day. So don't hesitate to give your affirmation to your colleagues, give your compliment on even just a small item on their outfit. Even better, you can always follow it up with a question started with how and where. "I really love your new handbag. Where did you get it? I am really amazed by your slides. They are concise and aesthetic. How did you get these skills? Have you ever studied it?" So we can see by simply asking a follow-up question, it can help you with at least 2 things. First of all, we dig out more information. Can be something about my shopping habits, my lifestyle, can be also something about their study background. And second, you can build connection on top of it. You might feel this kind of thing a little bit random, insignificant at first place, but trust me, those deep relationships are developed through the initial connections, no matter how small it looks at first place. However, there is actually one thing we need to be cautious with, which is affirming the good in others should not, however, sound like flattery. So what is the difference? Just be genuine. Okay, second strategy, ask engaging questions. It's very easy to ask questions. However, we need to ask engaging questions instead of those questions you can simply answer with yes, no, good, great. That does not count. This is actually something we are not doing quite well, even for those who haven't been working for years. Frankly speaking, my past months at L'Oréal, what are the questions I am most asked? How long have you been in Paris? 1.5 years. Where are you living in Paris? I live well. Do you like Paris? Yes, absolutely. How is your weekend? Which is a question asked every Monday morning. And I also ask this question to others. apparently day after day, week after week, the answer can just remain the same, and you actually couldn't get any rich information by asking these simple questions. And it can be really hard for you to keep the conversation going on if you always receive this one-word answer. On the other hand, the other person might feel you don't really care because you keep asking these very general, generic questions. So just to play the safe card, they are not going to give you more details in case you are not interested. So what kind of engaging question we should ask instead to let the conversation flow? For example, instead of asking how long have you been in Paris, you can always ask what brings you here to Paris. Instead of asking how long have you been working here, you can say how you end up working at L'Oréal. Is it something you dream about or you still want to do something else? Be cautious to say something else instead of something better because, well, it can be tricky. Just follow the example. You can ask like, what is the thing you love best at your neighborhood? Instead of simply no, okay, I live at which district. It doesn't mean anything, yes. And stop asking how is your weekend, good. You can ask what do you do to have fun at your weekend? What is the most exciting moment you experienced last weekend? And trust me, good question really leave a positive impression. I still remember one of the best questions I get here at L'Oréal is, so this coworker, he asked me, what is the biggest difference I experienced the moment when I landed in Paris? You know, I'm a Chinese, I flew from China to Paris, so what is the biggest cultural shock or biggest difference I experienced at that moment? Honestly, he got me at that moment, and that's why it makes him a very impressive person to me. And for sure, while I was thinking about the answer, I replying with, okay, oh my god, this is such a brilliant question, and I'm thinking, well, it must be something, blah blah. And you see, even it's just a question, I give affirmation to the other, like it's a very good question. I believe it can, you know, just like the strategy we talked earlier, make the conversation going in a more positive direction. So the third strategy is let's ask people's opinion and advice on something. But we do have some tattoo territory here, like those no questions, especially those which are related to, especially those very closely linked to intimate relationship, financial investment, political opinion, etc. Because they are more personal as compared to professional. So these conversations are not appropriate to happen at workplace. So what are the good questions that we can ask for other people's opinion? It's very simple. You can just, for example, my first day at work, I can say, do you know any good restaurant around our office? Or like, I know you are living in which district, and I'm going to watch film with my friends around your neighborhood this weekend, and do you have any recommendation on the restaurant, on the bar, on any place we can check it out? And also when we're talking about vacation, we can say like, oh, I'm thinking about going to Toulouse, to Nice, to any other city or country for vacation. I know you come from there. Do you have any recommendation? Or I know you have been there before. You have any recommendation? Like, I'm sure people will, love to talking about all their experience, their opinion, to tell you, okay, this is my favorite restaurant. It's a must go. Beyond that, you can always ask something about work, ask something professional. I know it really depends. Some people, they feel like when they are not working, when they are at lunch, when they are drinking coffee, they don't talk work a lot, but it depends on the personality or the occasion, but you can always ask work. So for example, I'm actually looking for an apprenticeship after finishing my internship, so I have this purpose. I go to connect with a lot of people and ask them, do they have any advice that can give me direction to work for that? It's very good and very beneficial. People are very generous, and all of them, they are senior to me, and they give me a lot of advice, very good advice about who I should communicate with, which part of the work can be determined. I'm very, very grateful to them. Alright, so assume we have a very lovely small talk. What's next after saying it's very nice to talk with you, it's very nice to have lunch, have a coffee with you, and have a nice day. Let's definitely catch up next time. I will go back to my place and pull out a notebook. Actually, I have a notebook especially dedicated to small talk or networking. And here you can see we have the character from A to Z, which help me to document all the essential information of people I ever have coffee with, which really helps me to follow it up next time. I don't think people will blame us if we forget something they ever told us, but it will definitely leave a good impression if we remember. Why? Because we all have those innate, unquenchable desire to know that we are valued and we matter, which is very real and precious in our fast-paced modern time. I believe for some person, it's very easy for them to be skilled at mastering all these techniques needed at small talk. They can do really a good job at small talk. But remember, the thing that really matters and the thing that will eventually make a difference is your heart, is how much you make the other person feel they are valued, make them feel they are appreciated, make you feel they actually matter to you. And for me, that is the charm of small talk. I believe other people might have different opinions on this point, but from my perspective, small talk is all about genuine, about building connection, about sincerity. We are talking with a person who is not your friend yet, nor your family. You are sharing some past experience, sharing some opinion, sharing some knowledge on something. You bring benefit mutually, you build connection mutually. Hopefully you will make the other person stay, and he or she will also make you feel you are valued. Okay, so that's all for today's video. I'm currently doing my internship at L'Oréal in Paris, and if you like my video, please hit the like button. Your affirmation to my video really motivates me a lot. And don't forget to subscribe me so you won't miss any of my sharing on my life, my work, my study in Paris, and all those tips you can level up either at the workplace or at school. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon next time. Bye bye.